work hard every day just to pay your rent or your mortgage, you are not going to be happy about this. Did you know you are paying $51 million a year simply to maintain wasted, that means empty, space in federal courthouses? $51 million for space that's not even used. Congressman John Mica is leading the charge to get to the bottom of this waste. He joins us. Nice to see you, Congressman.
Well, good to see you, Greta. And when we're on the brink of all kinds of financial disaster, the waste continues, and hopefully we're focusing a little bit of attention on some of that.
All right, now, so you had hearings today to focus the attention on, is that right?
Down here in Miami,
yesterday?
yeah, I'm back again, sort of like a bad lunch, I guess, coming up on GSA and some of the others. But it seems the only way we can get their attention is to haul them in. Now we were at Miami Community College today, across the street from the federal courthouse, where last year, in August, I held a hearing in an empty courthouse, empty for 5 years, actually going on 7 years because they knew it was going to be empty, costing the taxpayer millions of dollars a year to keep a vacant building in downtown Miami when you have a community college, which informed me after our hearing, they've been trying to get it for years and can't get GSA to resolve this. So waste. And then across from that is the new courthouse, which we found out today is overbuilt by $48 million. So, and part of that's vacant. So it's just appalling.
All right, I appreciate you coming, but I got to give you a little heat for one aspect of this. You're talking about the building across the street that was overbuilt, and in fact, Congress authorized a certain amount of money to build that courthouse, and they overbuilt it, and so the taxpayers got something much more than Congress had even authorized, right?
Well, actually, the GAO testified today that they built 97,000 square feet more than Congress authorized.
Well, see, okay, let me stop there.
What I was trying to do is get to the bottom of who was responsible, and GAO said GSA built this. So they built it without authorization of Congress.
Congressman, here's what I don't understand. The job of the legislature, of Congress, is oversight. Where in the world were all of you when the plans were to overbuild what you authorized? Where's the, we're hearing about it, now it's too late. We paid for it, we built it, we got it. But you authorized it. Isn't it part of your job to make sure that you provide the oversight that you don't overbuild it so the American people don't get put on the hook for something like this?
Well, absolutely, and some of the way the federal judges calculated, again, that they were going to add judges and need this space. So you had sort of garbage in to GSA. And GSA takes advantage of the situation, builds a larger structure than you need, and no one was at the gate. Now, I've chaired this subcommittee for a few months. As you know, I chaired transportation and launched all of these investigations into 14,000 federal buildings or properties that are underutilized, and I did that with the first one in the post office building, as you may recall, a couple of years ago, the first hearing I held. Interestingly enough, Greta, that is now going to employ 1,000 people. It's going to have a 400-room hotel 2 blocks from the White House, and have about $10 million in income rather than $10 million in loss. So we are trying to take these, and if I have to take them one at a time, I go across the country, Miami, Washington, wherever. Well,
I certainly, I'm a big fan of what you're doing on these buildings, because there's no reason why the American people should be paying for empty buildings or having buildings built bigger than what Congress authorized. But someone ought to take a look at GSA. It's like, if GSA is the one who's, they're the landlord for all these buildings, right? And GSA, and who could forget the conference they had to the tune of about $1 million in Vegas, where the guys in the bathtub with the 2 glasses. They're there. Yeah. That's what the American. Instead of checking to see what's going on with these buildings, he's in the bathtub with 2 glasses. And I might add, as I always do, they don't even match. We're paying for these wine glasses, they don't even match. But anyway, that's my sarcasm. I wish that other members of Congress had this appetite that you do to go after these empty buildings, because it really is. It's painful that, here we talk about sequestration, and we're just blowing money on things like this.
Well, I've started, I had limited jurisdiction as chairman of transportation. Now I have more authority. Went out to Beltsville, Maryland. We've got 7,000 acres, the size of the city of Key West, an agricultural research center. I think the first member of Congress other than the local ones to be there since 1930. 500 buildings on the property, 200 of them vacant, 7,000 acres prime real estate just outside the nation's capital. You ought to see that mess with the rows of vacant office buildings with vines growing over them, and no one cares.
And I'm going to take the last word, and worse yet is that we're still building more buildings to house the federal government in different areas. Go figure, well, we got all these empty buildings that we are already paying for.
Absolutely.
Congressman, thank you, and I hope that, and I know you will stay on this topic, and I hope you do. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you for bringing it to the public's attention.